For over a century, rural communities have organized around one powerful idea: that when individuals come together, they can achieve what none of them could afford alone. This idea built the first rural electric cooperatives, bringing light and power to the countryside. Today, a new wave of innovation is reviving that cooperative spirit, not with power lines, but with hydrogen. Across continents, farmers, small businesses, and local governments are joining forces to create hydrogen cooperatives, shared clean energy systems that transform water, sunlight, and wind into fuel, fertilizer, and independence. In a world where energy is becoming as strategic as food, hydrogen cooperatives are the next chapter in the story of rural empowerment. At the heart of this transformation lies a simple question: what if the same community that grows food could also produce the fuel that powers tractors, dries grain, and runs local industries? The answer is unfolding from Europe to Africa. By pooling resources, rural groups are building shared hydrogen production hubs, small-scale electrolyzer systems that use renewable electricity to split water into hydrogen and oxygen. The hydrogen is then used to make green ammonia fertilizer, generate electricity through fuel cells, or power clean vehicles. Instead of importing diesel or ammonia from hundreds of miles away, communities can now generate both locally. The economic and environmental implications are profound: less pollution, lower costs, and new income streams for rural residents. Denmark is a pioneer in this space. The same farmers who once built wind turbines on their land are now adding electrolyzers to turn excess wind power into hydrogen. In the town of Lemvig, a cluster of farmers and local authorities co-own a hybrid wind-hydrogen system that produces fuel for agricultural machinery and local transport. The cooperative sells excess hydrogen to nearby industries and uses the waste heat for greenhouse heating. Every member benefits, from the farmer who supplies land for the turbines to the municipal bus fleet that runs on hydrogen. What's remarkable is not just the technology, but the ownership. Profits and control remain within the community. In Germany, similar projects are taking shape under the concept of Energiegenossenschaften, or energy cooperatives. Many started as biogas collectives that now integrate electrolysis to convert renewable electricity into hydrogen. Some of these cooperatives combine captured carbon dioxide from biogas plants with hydrogen to produce e-methane or green methanol, creating local supply chains for synthetic fuels. What used to be simple power generation has evolved into community-scale chemical production. Local universities and technical schools participate, ensuring that rural regions not only host renewable assets, but also build technical capacity and jobs. The model is just as relevant, if not more so, in emerging economies. In countries like Kenya, Namibia, and South Africa, rural electrification remains a challenge, and fertilizer imports consume large portions of agricultural revenue. Hydrogen cooperatives provide a way to solve both issues at once. Picture a solar farm in a farming district powering an electrolyzer that produces hydrogen during the day. Part of that hydrogen is fed into a modular ammonia synthesis unit to produce fertilizer for local farmers. Another portion fuels irrigation pumps or backup generators through fuel cells. The cooperative sells fertilizer at stable prices to its members, while offering excess hydrogen to local transport operators. By using a pay-per-use or subscription model, even smallholder farmers can access clean energy and fertilizer without the burden of large upfront costs. In Kenya's Rift Valley, local entrepreneurs and farmer groups are already exploring such setups following the success of the Talasag Kenya Nut Company's Green Ammonia project. By forming cooperatives, they can aggregate demand for fertilizer and collectively finance small-scale hydrogen units. Each farmer might contribute a small membership fee, and the cooperative manages production, maintenance, and sales. This model mirrors how rural microfinance or grain cooperatives operate, only now the product is hydrogen. It's a new kind of agrarian self-reliance built around technology rather than commodity trading. In the United States, hydrogen cooperatives align naturally with the long history of rural electric co-ops. Organizations like Landis in Iowa, already operating pilot green ammonia systems, could evolve into full-fledged hydrogen cooperatives by extending services beyond fertilizer. With incentives like the Inflation Reduction Act's 45E hydrogen production credit, U.S. co-ops have access to strong financial backing to make this transition. Hydrogen produced locally can fuel tractors, dryers, and trucks, while excess production feeds small refueling depots. Just as the rural co-ops of the 20th century brought affordable electricity to millions, hydrogen cooperatives of the 21st century could bring affordable clean fuel to the same communities. The economics make sense when shared. A single 5-megawatt electrolyzer costs several $million. But when its hydrogen output is divided among dozens of farmers, the cost per participant becomes manageable. Cooperative ownership also opens doors to concessional finance. Community projects can access grants, low-interest loans, or carbon credit revenue that private farms alone might not qualify for. A cooperative's diversified revenue from fertilizer, fuel, and electricity sales creates stability that attracts lenders. And since members use the hydrogen themselves, offtake risk is low, further strengthening project bankability. The environmental case is equally strong. Green hydrogen production emits no carbon dioxide, and when used to make fertilizer locally, it eliminates the emissions associated with long-distance transport and fossil-based ammonia synthesis. Each ton of ammonia produced this way prevents roughly 8 tons of carbon dioxide from entering the atmosphere. Hydrogen cooperatives therefore contribute not just to local resilience, but to national decarbonization goals. In Europe, several cooperative hydrogen hubs are already included in regional climate action plans because they combine social equity with emission reduction. But the most transformative impact may be social. Hydrogen cooperatives shift energy ownership from corporations to citizens. They create skilled jobs in rural areas, technicians, operators, and maintenance crews, and encourage youth engagement in clean technology. Cooperative members share not only profits, but also knowledge. Through training partnerships with universities and platforms like H2Hub.ReneEnergy.com, farmers can learn to operate hydrogen systems, monitor electrolyzers, and understand safety protocols. The cooperative becomes a living classroom, a space where clean energy education meets entrepreneurship. Technology for hydrogen cooperatives is modular by design. A typical system includes an electrolyzer, hydrogen storage, optional ammonia synthesis units, and fuel cell modules for electricity generation. Smart control software balances production and demand, ensuring maximum efficiency. AI-driven algorithms predict sunlight, rainfall, and power needs, adjusting electrolyzer output in real time. During high generation hours, the system stores hydrogen. During low generation periods, it converts stored hydrogen into power. The cooperative dashboard tracks every member's consumption, enabling transparent billing and maintenance schedules. In the near future, blockchain-based smart contracts could even automate transactions between cooperative members. Governance, always the backbone of cooperatives, plays a critical role. Members elect boards, set pricing, and decide how profits are reinvested. Successful cooperatives build trust through transparency, publishing regular production data and financial reports. The same cooperative that today sells fertilizer could, in a few years, expand into transportation fuel, energy storage, or even hydrogen export if regional infrastructure allows. In essence, hydrogen cooperatives create localized hydrogen economies, where every kilowatt hour of renewable power and every kilogram of hydrogen circulate within the community rather than leaving it. Challenges remain, but they are not insurmountable. Safety regulations must be adapted for small-scale hydrogen operations. Training programs must ensure that rural technicians can handle gas systems with the same rigor as industrial operators. Governments must clarify how hydrogen cooperatives can access grids, sell surplus electricity, and participate in carbon markets. Yet history shows that rural communities, once given the tools, excel at collective problem-solving. The early electric cooperatives faced similar skepticism, yet they succeeded so thoroughly that they became the backbone of national infrastructure. Hydrogen can follow the same path. Consider what a mature hydrogen cooperative might look like in 10 years. At its core stands a renewable-powered hydrogen hub with an electrolyzer, storage tanks, and an ammonia module. Around it, solar panels shimmer across fields, wind turbines spin on ridges, and farmers refuel hydrogen tractors or drones at community pumps. A local dairy plant uses hydrogen fuel cells to keep its cold chain running. Schools draw backup power from hydrogen microgrids. The cooperative manages it all, collecting small monthly payments from members, maintaining equipment, and reinvesting earnings into expansion. It is a village-scale energy system, clean, resilient, and owned by the people it serves. Globally, this cooperative model can help address one of hydrogen's biggest challenges: equitable distribution. Large industrial hydrogen projects often concentrate benefits in ports and cities, while rural regions provide the land and labor but see little return. Hydrogen cooperatives flip that equation by placing ownership and profit in local hands. They make decarbonization inclusive, turning climate action into rural development rather than displacement. For developing nations, this is crucial. Hydrogen cooperatives can bridge the gap between smallholder farmers and the global energy transition, ensuring no one is left behind. The rise of hydrogen cooperatives also opens opportunities for digital and financial innovation. Tokenized ownership models could let members invest incrementally and trade energy credits on local platforms. AI-based demand prediction can optimize hydrogen allocation between fertilizer production and fuel use. Community apps can display real-time data: how much hydrogen was produced today, how much carbon was saved, how many liters of diesel were replaced. This transparency strengthens engagement and pride, reinforcing the sense that the community is literally powering its own future. As with any new industry, momentum depends on education and collaboration. That's where platforms like h2hub.renewenergy.com come in. By offering structured learning paths, feasibility templates, and financial modeling tools, H2Hub equips cooperatives, developers, and policymakers to design viable hydrogen ecosystems. The platform bridges the gap between vision and execution, helping communities calculate electrolyzer sizing, forecast LCOH, levelized cost of hydrogen, and structure cooperative financing. For small groups or co-ops starting their hydrogen journey, this knowledge can make the difference between an idea and a sustainable project. The story of hydrogen cooperatives is ultimately a story about taking back control. It's about farmers, families, and rural innovators choosing to own the future of energy rather than renting it. In an era of rising costs, climate uncertainty, and supply chain disruptions, local energy production is not just an environmental choice but a survival strategy. Hydrogen's flexibility, awesome as fuel, fertilizer feedstock, and energy storage medium, makes it uniquely suited for community ownership. When coupled with the cooperative model, it becomes not just a technology but a movement. From the wind-swept coasts of Denmark to the sunny plains of Kenya and the heartland of Iowa, communities are proving that hydrogen doesn't belong only to mega projects and corporations. It belongs to everyone willing to harness the power of cooperation. Hydrogen cooperatives are transforming villages into powerhouses, giving farmers new revenue streams, creating green jobs, and ensuring that the clean energy transition includes the people who feed the world. If you're inspired by this vision and want to learn how to develop, finance, and scale community hydrogen projects, visit https://h2hub.renewenergy.com. There you'll find professional courses, financial model templates, and technical resources to help you turn local potential into real hydrogen infrastructure. Whether you're a policymaker planning national strategy or a cooperative leader ready to launch your first hydrogen project, h2hub.renewenergy.com provides the knowledge and tools to make it happen. The age of hydrogen cooperatives is here, and it's powered by the same force that has always driven rural progress: people working together for a better future.